Kindergarten Unit 5 daily routines change again. So they started to change in Unit 4 from what we were doing every day from Unit 1 to 3, adding one number every day, talking about the equation with tens and ones, and now we're adding 10 more. So boys and girls are going to choose a number. Ideally, they're choosing a number between 60 and 100. Now, the 120 chart shows numbers 100 to 120, but that's only so that kinders know that numbers don't stop at 100. They reach the 100th day of school, numbers keep going, but they're not responsible for adding 10 more past 100, and they don't even need to count past 100. Okay, so in this case, they're going to move the blue arrow to any number, let's say between 60 and 100. So let's say we did 74. Now, if you're using your real 120 chart and you're not using the slide or the Google slide, then you can just put a line underneath the number. You can circle the number. Now, I have different colors and I prefer different colors. You can see that there's a blue arrow, there's a green arrow, because when we find that 10 more, we're going to point to that number with green. So they start to see the pattern of it just being next door. But I also prefer to use the squares that you see here of when we add 10 more, you can see that we would just drag them up. This is if you're going to teach virtually, or again, you're using the digital slides. I prefer to use different color markers, and I'm going to show you why in just a moment. So boys and girls, what's today's number? 74. Boys and girls, we're going to add 10 more. I want you to count with me. Boys and girls, ready? Count. And actually, let me get a pen. Okay, here we go. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I change colors. 7, 8, 9, 10. Boys and girls, we know that 74 plus 10 more is 84. Boys and girls, we're going to count our partners of 10. So we know that 74 plus 10 more is 84. What were the partners? How many blue circles did we have? Students would count them. 6. Boys and girls, how many red circles did we have? 4. We know that 6 plus 4 are partners of 10. Boys and girls, today's number is 84. Boys and girls, let's finger flash 84. Now we can finger flash 10, 20, just like we've been doing. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, freeze, 81, 82, 83. 84. Boys and girls, we can also now count forward. So if you still feel like students are not proficient with counting forward to 100, you can pick the number of the day, count from 84 to 100. Okay, so you can say, let's count from 50 to 100. This is still the place to add in counting. So even though it's not on the script, you're not going to find it in your slides or in your teacher's guide, that is where you want to put that. So if students are not proficient to counting to 100, which is what their standard is, then you want to make sure you build that in. Start counting forward from the number of the day. So you're going to do that each day in Unit 4. Then you're going to make a teen number. So students would put a line underneath whatever number they want in the second column. If you're using the national version of Math Expressions, you would find the money chart here. So they're going to be pennies instead. So students are going to just move that red line underneath any of the numbers that are in that second column. If you're using your actual flip chart, of course, you're only going to have 2 rows showing or 2 columns showing, and then students can take a whiteboard marker and put an underline underneath one of those circles. So let's just say we put it here. What teen number do you see? Class 12. Boys and girls, what numbers make the teen number? And they should say 10 and 2 make 12. Let's say it again. 10 and 2 make 12. Now, if they don't know and you hear all sorts of different answers, which you might in the beginning, then go ahead and count with me. Okay, boys and girls, count with me. 1, 2, 3. We're going to count all the way to 10, 11, 12. Boys and girls, 12 is one group of 10 and 2 extra ones. 10 and 2 is 12. We're going to now build that number using our giant number card. So you would have your giant number card you can use if you're in person, or of course you can use the slide deck as well. Now let's build that teen number. 10, let's make 12 with our teen number cards. 12 is made from 10 and 2. Class, let's say it again. 12 is made from 10 and 2. and then you're done. Now you have two other slides here. You'll notice that these slides are just different only because they take up the entire slide. There's not script on the bottom or on the side. So once you feel like you have your own rhythm and you don't need all of these words over here, you can blow that up quite big and then have it projected. Okay, so you'll have that option as well. Have fun.